I've got a surgical strike approach to take more listings. Everyone says they want more listings. The facts are a lot of realtors and a lot of real estate agents don't want to do the work necessary to list more homes. It's documented and proven. So instead of trying to list 10 different lead sources that are going to help you get more listings, I've got a singular thing you could start doing today that will help you get in front of more sellers a lot quicker than you think. And it's the for sale by owner preview. So we know for sale by owners are out there, and it's been a little tough listing these properties over the past couple of years because what's happened is the market was so frothy and so hot that they would just sell. And they still probably left money on the table. However, now what we've seen and what's really working for a lot of folks are that there's opportunities out there. You want to do things you did maybe 5-10 years ago to get listings, and this was something that worked really well for me, and it's the preview appointment. Getting in front of them without trying to list the home, and setting the preview appointment is very different than trying to set the listing appointment. And what I'll tell you is, if you can get a listing appointment, take the listing appointment. Don't stop doing that. This is for the people that are a little harder of a sell. And there's a data point here you really want to keep in mind that right now, and historically, 72% of for sale by owners will list in 61 days or less. So there's a 8-week follow-up period that will allow you to get in front of these folks if you're ready to do the work. So here's how the preview appointment works. You call on the phone, you use the script. The biggest mistake folks make is they start going right into appointment setting instead of asking the homeowner about their property. So you want to ask them, hey, is the price right? Tell me about the bedrooms. Have you done any renovations? What's the yard like? Get them talking about what they want. Remember, they're trying to sell their home on their own. They've raised their hand and said, hey, I'm trying to sell. And on top of that, they're going to pick up the phone because they're trying to sell their property. Very important note there. So with that, the question you want to ask on this call is, hey, are you cooperating with agents? Some people may not know what that means. And what it means is, are they going to pay a buyer agent a fee if they bring the buyer and the buyer ends up buying the property? If the answer is yes, that's tremendous news because that means they're halfway there. They're halfway to agreeing to a listing contract. So it's an easier sell than, no, we hate realtors. We're not paying realtor fees. That may be a little tougher. So the point is, if they say they're cooperating with agents, you've got them 50% of the way to a yes. Really critical. With that in mind, the preview appointment is as simple as, hey, I'd love to stop by, take a look at the home, and see if it'll be a fit for any buyers that I'm working with. And you may get the objection of, well, just send the buyers over anyway. Hey, Mr. Seller, I don't want to waste your time. I want to make sure it's a legitimate showing. I can be in and out of there in 5 to 10 minutes. This is going to allow me to inform all the buyers that we're working with of your home, let them know what it looks like, and that way we can bring in legitimate buyers, not just have somebody show up. And you want legitimate buyers, right? And they'll invariably say yes. So you go to the appointment. Here's how you want to prep for this. Show up like a listing appointment. The way I'm dressed right now would not fly in our marketplace. I'm going over there, jacket, tie, shirt, obviously, suit, blazer, whatever. I'm going there ready for a listing appointment. That's number one. Secondly, I would bring some sort of brag piece. Maybe your listing appointment without the comparable sales data, what you're going to do to market, your resume, reviews, all those sort of things that you leave with folks. That's going to be a great leave behind piece. Most agents don't do that. So in addition to the leave behind piece, what the next thing you'll want to do is you want to get there on time, show up, and here's how it's going to go. You walk in, knock on the door, smile, bring your own energy. This is no different than a listing appointment. You want to almost be ready to give the listing appointment if they ask you. So do your research, know your comps, understand what homes are selling for in the marketplace, and when you get there, knock on the door. Hey, Nick, thanks so much for having me over. Excited to take a look at the property. I'd love to walk through on my own if that's okay with you so I can see it the same way that a buyer would, and I'll come down and meet you here in the kitchen. Is that okay? That may work for some people. That would work for me. I've got a lot of confidence in these appointments. It may not work for everybody, so you may want the seller to guide you through the appointment. So compliment the house when you're walking through. Hey, this room's got a great flow. It's got a great floor plan. There's amazing natural light here. The hardwood floors look great. Nice kitchen renovation. Compliment the home. Make sure they feel good about what they're selling. This is sales 101 and will translate to a listing appointment. In addition, on top of that, you get done, ask them a couple questions. And there's two questions in particular that are going to be very effective. So, hey, Nick, you got a great home here. I mean, I'm kind of surprised it hasn't sold yet. And I know you're moving to X because you already pre-qualified them before you went over. So how much time do you think you're going to take on your own before you consider talking to an agent about maybe helping you? That's the first question. How much time are you going to take on your own before you consider talking to an agent about potentially helping you? So it's not saying, are you going to list? You're not going right to the close. It's a discovery conversation, also known as a listing appointment. And they'll answer and they'll give you whatever it is. The next question is, what do you think would have to happen for you to think about hiring somebody to assist you with the home sale process? Again, it's a discovery question. You want to take all the pressure out of it. If you notice my tone, I lowered my voice. I didn't put any pressure in there. That's really, really critical here. Those are the two questions you want to ask at the for sale by owner preview. It's going to give you the time frame to follow up. It's going to give you an idea where their head's at, and that's going to help you take the next 60 plus days to get them to list. That's the goal here. The sooner you get out and the sooner you meet them face to face, the better the chance you have of listing that home. And that's how the preview appointment works. It's meeting a potential seller in their home, and then your job is to follow up and close for a listing appointment. So no pressure. Meet them, walk around the property, get an idea what their time frame looks like with those two questions, and then follow up like your life depends on it to be the one they consider when they think about listing.